Hi everyone. So I started something and once again I'm like, why am I not filming this and making videos of it? Because I am on a project, well, a day of cooking projects, and they're all vegan and gluten-free and, well, mostly, but and homemade, and I'm trying to be frugal. So I want to show you the ways I'm trying to be frugal. Some of it's not working out the way I wanted, and you'll see why. Okay, so I have this is pumpkin pie mix, and I'm using sweetened condensed coconut milk. But the problem is, in the winter, which we're having now, we're having like 50, high 50s weather, and this stuff gets really solid when it's cold. So I started in a bowl thinking I would be frugal and not use electricity if I didn't have to, and I could stir up pumpkin pie mix by hand, but it was too hard and chunky, so it needs to go in the Vitamix. And then we can pour it right into the pie, actually a cake pan, because I don't have a pie pan. I thought I did, but I don't. Actually, I have two things. I have a cake pan and I saved a Chipotle tray, which is like a pie pan, but oval shaped. And I'm going to use that for a pie pan. Why not? Frugal. So, but the frugal thing I'm going to do is I'm planning on making two pies. One pumpkin, one sweet potato. I'm trying to practice for the holidays. I thought I'd do a practice run, see how it goes. I have some crust that I needed to use up that I had in the fridge. I took it out to make the pies. I didn't realize it was two crusts. So I'm making two pies. I guess you could put one crust on top for like an apple pie, but I'm not doing that. So what I'm going to do is blend this up in here. I'm not going to wash this. I'm going to pour this into the pan for the pumpkin. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the sweet potato pie. So I don't have to wash this. I only have to wash this once. I already have a bowl that I didn't plan on having to wash that and this. So yeah. And I'm also using, it's called Just Egg. I'm using up my chia seed mix. So you can check in the previous video where I was making that, something with that. And just a little bit of this. So I'm trying to use this up too, because I got this from the food bank and I need to use it up. So, but I also had chia seeds already soaked to use for egg replacement. So I'm doing half in each. So half of what I have about 4 eggs worth of chia seeds, and then I have this. So I'm going to split the chia seeds and this into 2 different pies. And I got the pumpkin and the sweet potato pie mix from the food bank. And then I'm just adding my own versions of things. So evaporated milk. I have evaporated coconut milk. Condensed, same thing. Eggs. I have egg replacers. So let's get this mixed up. And you can see in the corner my little milk machine. I had to make milk today. This is I make 2 batches at a time. Second one, we're going to move this out of the way because that's done. And that has to cool before I put it in the container. Here is our cake pie crust. I'm going to go over to the oven and get that started. Okay, oven is preheated. We are going to pour that into there. Okay, we're going to put this back over in its place. There we go. We have see, it's still chunky. It's got to be blended. Okay, let's try this again. It's all right. It gave me a chance to add some extra spices to it that I realized I would prefer to do anyway. Actually, and it's coming out better. All right, back to, okay, let's finish getting this. My oven just beeped, so it's ready. And now I'm going to get messy because I have to fix this crust, and I got it kind of messed up there. I'm going to try to make the crust like a pie. See if we can do this up sort of like a pie. It's not going to be pretty. But it will taste good. May not look the best, but it will taste good. Okay. Sort of looks like a pie, doesn't it? Okay. It's bigger than a pie crust, so it'll probably be a shallow pie, but hopefully it'll work out. Okay. Okay. We're going to set this aside and get the sweet potato going. Okay, I've got the condensed milk and the chia egg and the just egg and the sweet potato mix in there. Let's go over to get this blended up. And okay, a little light on the subject. All right, so we're now making the sweet potato pie, and I'm going to add some more cinnamon, ginger, I like to add some turmeric because there's a lot of people in my family that can use the anti-inflammatory properties. Some nutmeg, some cardamom, there we go, and that, got a lot of it up on the top. Making a mess. Okay, that is blended. We have our little pie crust. It might not be big enough, so what I may do is combine some of the excess sweet potato into the pumpkin pie. And I think I'm going to have extra, or I have some little foil baking pans. I could make some little mini ones. That might be fun. This extra, so I'm saving the extra crust. So here's my extra crust. I'm going to save that. I'm actually trying to see if I can't bring the crust up higher. Kind of make the pan higher, to make it deeper. Okay, let's see how much fits in here. Yeah, I think it's gonna fit. Maybe don't really have enough to make a whole other little mini anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and incorporate it into the pumpkin pie. The pumpkin pie is a little shallow, and I love both, so I'm gonna swirl it in. I'm gonna swirl some sweet potato pie in with the pumpkin. Okay. that is done. Okay, we're gonna kind of, oh no, I messed up my crust. I'm gonna swirl this around and mix it in with the pumpkin. We're gonna take a little bit more of this. Kind of mix it in. That way this one's not too deep. There. That builds this pie up more, and it kind of brings this one down a little bit. And there we go. We have us a couple of pies to bake. So let's get them in the oven. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with this other extra crust. But I think I have some apples, and I think what I'll do is make some baked apple, like a tart. I'm going to try to make a tart. Or like a mini apple pie. Let's see what I've got. I have one of these. So I think I'm going to try to make it for that. Okay. Let's be a little bit longer. Okay. Set this aside. Got this apple. Gonna cut apple up. I have more apples if I need more. All right, let's see if this will go in here. There, one apple in a little tin. And now I can get rid of this dirty stuff. We're going to use some butter. Vegan butter. Okay. I'm just gonna fold these edges over like this. And we'll stick that in the oven. We'll see how it turns out. Well, I did it again. I forgot to record after when I made the pies. They turned out okay, not great. Maybe I was subconsciously, I knew they weren't really good content. No, actually they baked up fine, and I thought at first they were still too runny, but I forgot because I used the coconut, condensed coconut, that you have to let them cool before you know if the pie sets up. So I, at the time, wasn't feeling confident, I think, about recording the finished products out of the oven. But I put them in the refrigerator, and they ended up being fine. The crust was a little overdone. I burnt the crust, the edges a little bit. I didn't cover it long enough in the beginning. So the crust edges got a little charred and in some places. Not too bad. But the rest of the pie turned out to be really great, and we really enjoyed it. And I froze the sweet potato pie. So I thought, well, no, I never got it back out and recorded what it looked like. But I will tell you, it looked very good. Both of them set up really well in the refrigerator and seemed to be just fine. And the little one, the crust didn't burn on the little one, which is kind of weird. But it did on the cake pan. Maybe it was a cake pan. I don't know. So they turned out great. And like I said, it was my test run for pumpkin pies. So next time, hopefully, I will remember to record the after portion of the video. And yes, I'm wearing the same outfit because this is my lazy Saturday kind of outfit, one of them. Just so happens it's another weekend, and I'm having a lazy weekend, and it's raining and cold, so we're not doing anything outside. But I did gather up some stuff for some projects I'm doing inside, so stay tuned for my other videos because I've got lots of projects coming up. The little tart was great. It was a perfect little dessert. So stay tuned for some creative videos using things that I have around the house that are free and or already have. And there'll be some pretty interesting projects coming up. And I'm going to start my painting again. So stay tuned for those videos.